Okay, welcome back, everyone. Josh Weber here, co-founder and CEO of Big Red Jelly. Welcome to the Branding Bros podcast. We're missing one of the bros, but we have a better replacement, which is Jessica Chase, co-founder and CEO of Above the Fold.
Thank you.
Yes.
I don't know that I can replace a bro, but yeah.
Elena knows. Elena knows. We've got a great guest here. So I'm really, really excited. We've partnered with Jessica. We've worked with Jessica for a number of years now.
Yeah.
And her team and her background, she's the best of the best when it comes to advertising, specifically programmatic, I would say, right? Programmatic OTT. So we're going to talk about what is this thing. You've probably heard those buzzwords. But first I want to start with just your background. This is my favorite part, Jessica. Tell me about where it all started. What were you doing before Above the Fold? Why did you start Above the Fold? Give us the backstory.
For sure. So I've been in marketing for 20 plus years. I stopped counting at 20 because I'm just like, well, now I'm seasoned. But I started on the client side at 1-800-CONTACTS. Contact lenses.
Oh, wow.
And I started as a marketing administrative assistant for them when I was in college. Had a great mentor that basically allowed me to learn all facets of marketing. And that's kind of what you do as a marketing administrative assistant anyway. You're like everyone's support. And I felt like that was an amazing way to start my career because I was able to learn CRO, web development, paid search. At the time, social was just barely coming out.
Interesting.
But brand lift measurement, we ran a lot of traditional TV. We ran millions of dollars of traditional TV. We spent a lot on mailers, magazines. We were all in on advertising. And I had this amazing mentor that worked at Procter & Gamble. And I would say everyone in that department felt so grateful that we learned from him because he really understood marketing and advertising and how to have balance across the marketing funnel, even back then.
Yeah.
And so it was just fun to learn from him. But then I went into affiliate marketing for about 8 years. I was the affiliate manager at 1-800-CONTACTS. We managed about 3,500 affiliates at the time. Now it's called influencer marketing.
Yeah, interesting.
But I would go to all the conferences and meet all the mommy bloggers and the coupon affiliates and all of that. That's kind of what it was back then. And now it's everyone is an affiliate and an influencer.
So your first role at 1-800-CONTACTS was all things digital marketing, but then you went specifically into affiliate marketing? Okay.
Yeah, I was the marketing administrative assistant, so I helped everybody.
Got it.
And then I actually went into website optimization for a while, and worked with the developers on, what do we need to build? What are the bugs on the site? Where are people falling off on the site? There was this really cool tool at the time called Tea Leaf that you could watch people's behavior on the website, and then you could find where the bugs were. So we would fix all of the bugs and, make enhancements as well. So I would do agile methodology with the developers and come up with the user stories and things like that. But then when I graduated college, my mentor in the department was like, well, where do you want to go? You can have any position in the department based on learning from everybody. What do you find most exciting? And I was like, oh, well, affiliate seems fun. I was young and I was like, it would be fun to work with all the partners and build revenue that way.
Okay.
So he was like, hey, you're doing that. And then through that, I had to work with the paid search person very closely because we were both very towards the bottom of the funnel.
Yeah.
And our SEO person as well. And then I went to the affiliate side after that. I worked for a cashback company that handled all the partnerships with educators across the US, as well as cashback for Zions Bank and other banks. And I would negotiate with all of the clients now. Kind of the opposite of what I was doing at 1-800-CONTACTS. So I would work with Target and, all the hotel chains and Disneyland and SeaWorld with what offer can you give our cashback clients? So then I did that for about 3 years.
That was at Zions Bank?
It was a company called Access Development.
Okay.
And they work with Zions Bank and other credit card companies, as well as education groups and affinity groups. And they negotiate deals on their behalf.
Interesting.
So it was very localized deals as well, restaurants and So it was really fun to be on the affiliate side, but I was like, I'm not really, like, I understand affiliate so well, and I didn't feel like I was learning anything new. I was like, I was at an affiliate conference. At the time, it was called Linkshare, and then it was purchased by Rakuten.
Oh, wow.
So now you've probably seen the commercials on TV.
Yeah.
Rakuten Cashback.
Yeah.
I saw the CEO of Rakuten speak at the conference, and I was like, I want to work for him.
Wow.
So I walked up to him after his speech, and I was like, do you have a job? Because what you're doing is so cool. Because he was talking about programmatic. He was talking about affiliate. He was talking about paid search, and he was talking about multi-touch attribution and how you have to look at all of them as a whole for growth. Like, you have to have awareness. People need to know about you in order to search for you on Google.
Yeah.
And then if you're an e-com brand, you obviously have to have affiliate in the mix as well.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is so cool. Like,
was he pretty early into that game, talking
So his name
about...
was Tony Zito.
Okay.
He created a company called MediaForge, and they basically put display ads. They made like little widgets for display ads. And then Rakuten came and purchased them. They're actually based out of Japan.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, we need this technology. We need this display technology that you built.
Yeah.
And so then Rakuten as a whole, we had 4 offices. We had California, Utah, Chicago, New York. And then we had international offices, Japan, the UK, Brazil, and Australia.
Oh, wow.
And so it was like way different from any of my other experience. It was like working across the globe now.
Wow. Did you get to travel?
I did. I actually traveled to see clients all over the place.
Is this where the travel bug started for you? Because we were talking earlier about travel for a good amount of time.
Partially,
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, even in the affiliate space, I had to travel to affiliate conferences a lot, like Vegas and California, So I do think through marketing, I started enjoying traveling because it was like, you have to go. And I was like, oh, well, now I'm not scared because I'm traveling to Chicago by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I basically can do anything now. I'm invincible. I went to Chicago by myself as a 22-year-old girl or whatever.
Wow.
But yeah, I mainly worked with the Chicago office and the California office. So I did fly to San Mateo a lot.
Wow.
But I loved Rakuten because I learned about programmatic at the time. And the Trade Desk, which is the main demand side platform that we use at getabovethefold.com, was really like coming, like they started at that time. They were really focused on quality inventory, working with publishers like Hulu and, publishers that were legitimate. They were really focused on which is why getabovethefold.com has the name that it has, being above the fold in inventory so that you are avoiding fraud you're avoiding, just being in space that people don't even see. If you remember in the newspaper, they would say it was above the fold because it was on that main page. But it's the same thing for web and, even video inventory and all the ad formats that are programmatic ad formats. There's even a lot of fraud that happens in OTT and CTV, oddly enough. But
so when you say inventory, walk me through that.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
So the Trade Desk is a trading platform, and they work with publishers across the world. They're a global trading platform. They work with the New York Times and Hulu and Netflix. Netflix now has programmatic inventory.
Wow.
So they basically built a bidder that's very similar to the stock exchange.
Wow.
And so if you think about the stock exchange, you put in a bid price, and then if it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, it goes down. So it's basically the same thing where you're bidding on, it's called real-time bidding, and I'm bidding on you because your identifier says that you like to travel and you like to travel in, Brazil. And so I know your habits. And so the bidder is like, okay, well, I'm going to bid more on him when I'm advertising a travel brand. And then I'm also going to probably bid lower on somebody that doesn't travel. But they still might be maybe interested in travel 12 months from now. So it's really based on each individual user and their buying habits, and you bid on them in the real-time bidding environment. There's also, they have private marketplace deals. So if you think about it, this Super Bowl and the Olympics were programmatic for the first time in the last 12 months. So before that, you had to watch it on traditional TV. Remember, like we were all in the same room with our friends and family. And if you were an advertiser and you wanted to be on the Super Bowl, you had to pay $1 million for a spot.
Yeah.
And now you can watch the Super Bowl. I think it's on Fubo TV, and advertisers only have to spend like $5,000, and they can only be in front of their demographic.
Wow.
Because you don't know, even with that $1 million spend, if you're going to be in front of your demographic.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of hitting everybody and hoping for the best on ROIing a $1 million budget.
Yeah.
You know?
I have never, wow. Yeah. So, I mean, going down the rabbit hole here, what has programmatic done to the advertising space? I mean, that's a great example of back in the day, which wasn't that long ago, a Super Bowl commercial was outrageously expensive.
Yeah.
But what has programmatic done in the advertising space? What has it changed? Sounds like it allows small business owners the chance to get in front of people.
More so than ever.
Yeah.
It allows people with smaller budgets to get in on the TV game, right? Because when I was at 1-800-CONTACTS, we had to spend $1 million. We spent $1 million and we didn't even know if we were targeting our demographic.
Yeah.
Like we were like, oh, well, they're probably on Bravo, because it was women with like discretionary income. So we just spent all of our money on Bravo. And now you actually have the ability to say, no, I only want to target women who are 35 plus that make this income, who have 2 to 5 kids in the home. Then, so not only is it allowing small and medium-sized businesses to get into the TV and podcast and audio game like Spotify, it's allowing them to be more targeted with that ad spend.
Wow.
So there's just less waste happening, if that makes sense.
What are the different, if you can list off some of the channels like you just did, Spotify, where can these ads be placed?
Yeah, so the most growth that's happening right now and the projections for growth in the next like 3 years, I think it's going to double, is CTV and OTT spend, which is basically just smart TV ads.
Yeah.
The reason for that is it reduces the amount of impressions that you need to serve to get somebody's attention. So if you think about a TV ad, you can't skip it.
Yeah.
YouTube, you can skip. Pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll on like Fox News, CNN, all of that you can skip. And so the biggest growth is going to happen for CTV and OTT. I've also seen a lot of growth in podcast, as well as audio, like Spotify, SoundCloud, any area where you can listen to audio. iHeartRadio, right? So a lot of people kind of go in and buy like directly on these platforms. They're like, I'm going to put a little bit in Hulu. I'm going to put a little bit in iHeartRadio. I'm going to put a little bit on like a direct podcast. But that's more expensive. And the benefit of running with us is it's all in one place, like all of the inventory. So you're not spamming users. Because if you're in like 5 different platforms, you can't control how many ads people are seeing. Like if you say, oh, I want to serve 2 ads a day in Hulu. I want to serve 2 ads a day on iHeartRadio. I want to serve 2 ads a day on Paramount. Then that's 6 ads a day. Whereas if you run with somebody like us, we're like, okay, run 2 ads a day regardless of what streaming TV app they're on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. What are the other apps? So you mentioned some, because I think it'll be interesting for the listeners. You mentioned Hulu. You mentioned Paramount Plus. Where else can people?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. So like Fubo TV. There's also like on a smart TV, there's always an app like Samsung Plus has their own inventory. You might think it's traditional, but you're accessing it through an app on your smart TV. So Samsung Plus is a big one. Netflix just barely released inventory. So that's huge. Peacock is huge. Like Peacock, that's where the Olympics was streamed for the first time in, I think it was 2024. So an advertiser could say, oh, I only want to be on gymnastics, or I only want to be on ice, or in the winter, ice skating, right? And there's a lot of advertisers that are still kind of going the route of buying private marketplace deals as well. So they're like, I only want to be on the PGA Tour. Because if you think about sports, it tends to be something that a lot of people are in the same room watching.
Yeah.
So you get more eyeballs, even though you didn't necessarily pay for it.
Interesting. Yeah.
So live sports, direct buy of live sports is still big.
Yeah.
But most people are like, well, just show my ads wherever my user's watching.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Wow. So coming back, keep going. So you were at Rakuten. Then what happened?
So then I co-founded another company that we did programmatic through like a SaaS platform. Then I started getabovethefold.com with Josh Aston. He's my co-founder. And
how many years ago was that?
5 years ago.
Wow.
We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
So. Thank you.
First 5 years is the hardest, as they say.
Yeah, that's true. How long have you been
8.
around? Okay.
That's awesome. I can tell you the first 5 years is the hardest.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
when you get over that hump and then
years.
boom.
Yeah. It's not for the faint of heart,
Sure.
but it definitely feels like, you figure things out more as you go. And
how did you and your co-founder meet? How did that happen?
We met at 1-800-CONTACTS.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I remember him telling me that at lunch. Yeah, okay.
So we've known each other basically our whole careers. But so Josh had started getabovethefold.com. He was just like a fractional CMO. And I came over to him and I said, listen, I think programmatic is going to have so much growth.
Yeah.
Like I've learned about it. I'm passionate about it. Let's just turn this into a programmatic company. And so that's what we did. And we're really programmatic consultants because a lot of people do not understand what programmatic is. They think they do, but they really don't. Like programmatic inventory is high quality inventory.
Yeah.
Like people are used to kind of Google's inventory, like their Google display inventory. And like, there's a lot of fraud that happens with display inventory across different platforms.
Yeah.
And so the cool thing about the inventory that we run is it's from a fraud perspective, we really try to weed that out. Because I think there's like 18% of CTV inventory is fraudulent right now.
What does that mean? Like, how is it fraudulent?
So it means it's like on really low quality publishers or people who are just like trying to get a click.
So you're paying
for
for it
software.
as a business, but it's not really doing what it should.
Yeah, like fraudulent publishers are basically just like running inventory that's not really seen by anybody.
Wow.
So the Trade Desk just came out with publishers and sellers top 500.
Yeah.
Where it's like, these are quality publishers.
Yeah.
This is the New York Times. This is Hulu. This is Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, we're not messing around. This is not fraudulent.
Yeah.
And so, like, it helps grow people's businesses when they're not just like throwing money into the display Google like cycle that we've all kind of been in for 20 years.
So true.
So
yeah,
I'm just grateful that the inventory is better.
Yeah.
Because even in the affiliate space, we dealt with so much fraud. Like half of my job was policing affiliates and making sure that affiliates weren't downloading malware on customers' computers and then just taking credit for every order.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like shady stuff that happens. And our goal is to like serve on viewable inventory and serve on quality publishers, and so that we can help drive that awareness that then you guys can maybe capture that in Google or Facebook and like lower funnel spend.
Yeah. So coming back to, you mentioned the word consultant. Walk me through, because one thing that I've always been impressed with at Above the Fold is that initial process of when you work with a business owner and putting together the strategy. Because it's overwhelming, you know, at first glance.
For sure.
You hear these inventory, what does that mean? And it's like
There's
fraud. Oh my gosh!
Buzzwords.
Yeah. So walk me through it, when you are chatting with a business owner and they want to get started in programmatic. What's the process that you go through, that you guide them
For
through?
sure. So it's important that they have a functioning website. So a lot of times, if they come to us and like their website doesn't have a good conversion rate, we'll send them to you because we're like, listen, you're not ready. And we really want you to work with a quality partner that can help you get your website to a place that it's converting well, because the last thing we want to do is just throw a bunch of money into something that's not going to work.
Such a common mistake, right?
So, and then also we want there to be some Google spend. Like, you either need to be showing well on your branded terms from an SEO perspective, or you need to have some spend on your branded terms so that when somebody sees a TV ad, or they hear a podcast ad, or they see a display ad, or they see a native ad, or they see a pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll ad, that they then can go to Google and find you.
Wow.
And not your competitor.
Interesting.
Because I've had some conversations with people where their SEO strategy is so messed up that if I serve a TV ad and somebody goes to search for their brand name, they send them to competitors.
Yeah.
Like, they're sending them like hundreds of thousands of dollars because their SEO needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
So we just double check, like, can we find you? If not, let's layer in a little bit of Google, you know,
that
branded.
comes back to that multi-touch, multi-channel you talked about.
Oh, for sure. That's so important.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to think of your whole funnel in terms of, like, are you driving awareness? Are you finding new eyeballs? What are the eyeballs that you need to find? And so that can be done through ABM strategies. That can be done through, like, well, who are our salespeople calling?
Yeah.
Or that can be like, I just want to find marketing decision makers in this zip code, right? So
that's a perfect example. I'll say we did our summer campaign. So we're a B2B company, right? So any B2B company, we have a sales team. And we did a programmatic campaign with Above the Fold, and Elena knows this. And you could probably add some specificity, but we're able to target zip codes and accounts or businesses that we wanted to work with. And then we paired that with our biz dev guys went out and met these company owners either at networking events, or they just went and visited the businesses, and they'd all heard about us already.
Really?
And yeah,
That's
Ashton,
great.
you should talk to Ashton and Greg. It was quite fascinating. They came back. I mean, Ashton, I won't name drop, but he's got a pitch happening with a really big, one of the biggest Utah construction companies.
I love it.
Because of that, because he went into the office and the gatekeeper's there, and he introduced himself. She's like, "Oh yeah, I just saw an ad."
Yay.
You know, boom, boom, boom. So I totally agree. Yeah.
That's a perfect example.
I think as small business owners, we kind of like just shoot off ad campaigns and let me do Google and let me try this and let me try this, but bring it into a holistic approach of, okay, what's the strategy?
Well, and sometimes small to medium-sized businesses don't have a huge budget, so they're like focusing on their top 50 accounts from a sales perspective, like so that their salespeople can send a gift or they can go in person. You know, if you can hit them on podcasts and display and native and video and smart TVs so that they're basically bombarded.
Yeah.
So that when your sales guys do go in, they're like, "Oh, I heard of you."
Yeah.
Like, that's so powerful. But I would say that's not like, that's definitely a B2B strategy.
Yeah.
We do have some clients that have really long sales cycles.
Yeah.
So they're like 12 months, you know, to 2 years. I'm really grateful when companies, first of all, understand that. Like, they understand, how long does it take me to convert a customer? Because a lot of, with B2B, sometimes that takes a long time to warm people up.
Yeah, totally.
And one thing that I find really hard with programmatic is somebody will turn a campaign on and then they'll be like 30 days later, "This isn't working."
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
how long is a typical lead in your CRM? Right? And a lot of times they don't know how to answer that question because they haven't crunched the numbers.
So true.
But when they crunch the numbers, they're like, "Oh wait, they're actually in our CRM for like 6 months to a year, to maybe 2 years before we actually convert them." And so how can we put that on you that this isn't working when it's like we haven't tested this for long enough? So a lot of our like long-standing B2B clients really gave us like a solid year, and they started seeing that value, and they've been with us for years because they're like, "Oh, this works. It just takes a little bit of time."
Totally.
And even like, I think a lot of the people that we've worked with for the last 20 years, they're very click focused, and they're very like, "I want answers and I want results now," because Google's kind of trained us to be that way. But people have to think of programmatic differently. It's like, this is the first touch point a lot of these people have even had with your brand.
Yeah.
And a lot of times there's 10 to 20 touch points in a user journey. And so you have to warm people up along the funnel, and you have to give them that sequential creative that's like, "Okay, you're new. Okay, maybe you've been to the site, so we're going to show you a different ad in the retargeting bucket. And then we're going to show you a different ad on Facebook. And then as you're moving down the funnel, we're going to show you those sequential messages to get you to convert and feel comfortable working with us." But a lot of companies, like, maybe they don't have the budget or they don't have the patience to slow down and think of, like, what is my strategy? How long does it take somebody to convert? And, like, really think strategically like that.
Yeah. So what's the next phase? So you start with the kind of that strategy of, well, do you have these, is your website ready to rock and roll? Is your SEO at least decent? Then what's the next phase? You start to get into audience research. What happens next?
Yes. It's so important for us to know what the customer persona is. And so that's great working with you guys, because you're like, well, we already have all that. Yeah. We've already figured out the brand.
Yeah.
We understand the customer persona. And so it's like, okay, if I'm trying to find, parents with teens in the home, that's really helpful, because then I don't have to serve ads to anyone else.
Yeah.
And then, we define that, and then we say, okay, well, how do we need to sequentially show creative, like I said, to like a net new user versus what should they see in the site retargeting bucket versus what should they see on TV versus what should they hear in a podcast aspect? What should they hear on Spotify? So it's like, well, what messages should they hear in each of these environments?
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of, like, we can put pixels on the site to track things. I don't know how long that's gonna last with, like, cookies going away, but the Trade Desk does have a different identifier that the entire ad tech industry has defined as a replacement for the cookie. And it's called UID 2.0.
Oh, wow.
And so we will still be able to track behavior. We can track path to conversion within our platform, but it falls off when we hit the walled gardens. So it's like, okay, we can see if somebody saw a CTV ad, then a display ad, then a podcast ad, then an audio ad, then a native ad. But once they leave our ecosystem, we can't see what happens on Google, and we can't see what happens on Facebook, because they keep that data in their walled garden platforms. But I've noticed a lot of companies have, which is something we suggest in the sales process, do you want to run marketing mix modeling from the beginning to understand what's happening? Or do you have a system in place to track this on your end? HubSpot has some of that tracking, but it's very click-based. And Google Analytics is 100% click-based. In fact, it's last click. So if you had 20 touch points in a journey, and you had on the last interaction, that 20th interaction, that would get all the credit.
Yeah, they're taking all the
credit. So a lot of times people look in Google Analytics and they're like, well, how is this providing value? And it's like, well, are you seeing a lift in direct traffic? Are you seeing a lift in paid search traffic? Are you seeing a lift in SEO? Because that's what TV is going to do. It's going to lift all the other channels because it's lifting awareness. And obviously you want to look at the bottom line to see, is it improving our revenue? You know, but we kind of ask those questions in the beginning to just be like, well, how do you track? Like, what is your sales cycle? What is your lifetime value? And just make sure that they have enough budget to even work in programmatic. Like, if they understand it, if they're willing to work with us and test different things, and or if they're going to be that client that calls us tomorrow and says, oh, this didn't work after 1 week. You know what I mean? Like, so
it's so I'll say I love the way that you guys are positioned, because we're trying to do the same, which is, you mentioned the word consultant strategy. I mean, people that are listening or watching will see like just how much is behind this, because we know there's softwares out there in the agency space. There's softwares. If you go Google programmatic, there's going to be a SaaS company or something that does it. But it's not the same as you're going to go down some bad paths.
It just worries me, because you have no idea how many people I talk to each day that don't even understand what programmatic is. And then they're like, oh, I'm going to go throw a bunch of money in these platforms. And their advertising is, I think that it's not like honest, because some of these SaaS platforms like throw $50 a day in here. And it's like, is that really enough for you to find success? And there will be like a paid search person that will go in and throw like, a really small budget in. They don't know what they're doing. Then because they don't know what they're doing, and because of all the things that you and I have just talked about, how this doesn't work. right? And it's like, well, no, it's because you don't understand programmatic. You don't understand the touch points in the user journey. You maybe haven't looked at a multi-touch attribution platform that shows when you have programmatic layered into the journey, your cost per lead actually goes down, right?
Yeah.
And so people just don't have enough experience sometimes, and they just put all this money in these platforms. Like, we even talked to agencies that have been using those SaaS platforms, and like they still don't really know what programmatic is. It's very technical, like extremely technical.
Yeah.
And it's easy to waste money.
Yeah, I totally agree. They're just missing out on so much of the strategy, you know, when you bring in a consultant and you ask those questions, because you're never going to get those questions from these SaaS companies like, hey, yeah, tell me about your sales cycle.
Oh,
right?
no.
Tell me about your CRM.
A lot of times have like low-level employees who, you know, are just kind of pressing buttons.
Yeah.
But we really pride ourselves on being more full service. Like, we are an agency, we're a consultancy, but we pride ourselves on like teaching companies about programmatic. So if they want to go run it by themselves after they work with us, great. But at least you learned how to do it the right way and not make rash decisions and kind of understand why you do it.
Totally.
Because I think some people don't understand the why. They hear the buzzword and they're like, we should probably be doing this because 72% of marketers are going to add programmatic into their budgets this year.
Wow.
But then they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's just scary.
That leads me to my last question for you. Where's the space going? What are you seeing on the horizon? This could be in advertising in general. Programmatic obviously is growing. You guys are you've probably already heard about it. Where's programmatic, where's advertising going in the next 3 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's going nowhere but up. Like, especially with connected TV and smart TV ads, like the inventory space is getting bigger. Like, it's still pretty new.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like, we're still transitioning from traditional TV to, you know, programmatic TV, which is called connected TV and OTT.
Yeah.
We're still honestly transitioning from radio too, like old school radio.
Wow.
To platforms like Spotify and SoundCloud. So it's still so new. And I think a lot of times we're like, oh, it's been around for 10 years, but it's like, there's still so much innovation to happen.
That's very new, yeah.
There's so much innovation that can happen around ad fraud. There's so much innovation, like AI is a big buzzword right now. It's like, we've been using AI in the trade desk for 10 years.
That's crazy.
They have 1 billion inputs a day that they cross-reference, like from a computer science perspective, and make sure that your ads are showing on the best quality inventory, right? And so now it's a buzzword. You know, I think we need to watch ChatGPT and see what it does, obviously, and like make sure that we're factoring that into the user journey and everything. But
interesting. From
a programmatic perspective, I think people are going to be putting more, especially into CTV and smart TV ads than ever. I think the projection from ComScore was that in the next 3 years, the budget is going to double.
Wow.
On smart TV ads. So
everyone's getting a smart TV. It's crazy, you know how fast that changes. Yeah, podcasts for sure.
Like, I listen to podcasts all the time. I listen to Spotify all the time. Yeah. So I just think we're in this cool space where it's like it's transitioning into this it's not trackable, but it's more targeted. Yeah. I think UID 2.0 is still going to allow us to track, but I don't think we're going to have as much data as we did in the 90s due to privacy things. I think we're going to have to watch privacy. Washington and I think Oregon, there were 2 states this week that said they're not going to allow geofencing on a micro-targeted level anymore. Wow. So I think micro-targeting from a privacy perspective is going to be different. Yeah. I think they're going to start regulating it a little bit more.
Interesting. It's all going to come back to strategy. You know, things are changing every day, every month. It's crazy. But Jessica, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
If people need to get in touch with you to talk all things programmatic strategy, where can they go?
So getabovethefold.com would be great. I'm on LinkedIn. Jessica Chase, I think, MBA. You can also email me at jessica@getabovethefold.com.
Love it. We'll have all the info in the description. Jessica, thank you.
Thank you.
You're the best.
Thanks for being a great partner.
Yes.
We value you guys so much.
Thank you. Awesome.